Hi, I'm Nick Zarro, marketing assistant with the Doug Tucker Real Estate team, and I'm here today with Doug for our monthly market update. So the question here today, Doug, is where is the market now and where do you see it going?
Okay, Nick, great. Where's the market now? Bottom line is the market is very good. If we're looking at right now, I'm really just looking kind of at the Morris County numbers, which would give you kind of the northwest suburbs of New Jersey, a good indication of what's going on now, right? And the market is basically driven by, where are the buyers leaving and where are the buyers going? And for the first time in a long time, we've seen a reversal of the buyers leaving the city and moving into the suburbs, whereas up until now it was just the opposite. People were moving out of the suburbs to go to the cities. Obviously, as we've talked about, COVID has had a lot of influence on that. People are looking for social distancing, they're looking to spread out, and they're looking to get out of the city, which has created a lot of demand out here in the suburbs. If we jump right into the numbers and look at the sales side of the market, last year for the month of July, we had 592 new sales reported in the month of July. This year, we've got 945. A 60% increase in sales. That's huge. Right? That's probably the biggest number I've seen in many years. So that supports that demand side of the market. Though I will say, one of the things we do see on the supply side of the market is there are more listings starting to come to the market. And I think more sellers are coming back into the market that came off early on. And more sellers are seeing an opportunity to sell, which is bringing more inventory to the market. So last July, we had 820 new listings that came to the market. And this July, we had 1,076 new listings coming to the market. So a pretty big increase in supply as well. But the net effect of that is a positive for the market. Actually, a greater increase in demand than in the supply. But the curve may be flattening out a little bit, and we may kind of be reaching the pinnacle of what this market is going to produce. But hard to say where we go from here, right? Too many variables, big election coming up that can have a lot of influence on the real estate market. The pandemic, where that goes, is there a vaccine, isn't there a vaccine, can have a lot of influence. Do people continue to move out of the cities at the rate that they're moving? Or do we have a vaccine and people have short-term memories and they flow back in, which is kind of what we saw after 9/11. We saw a big move out of the city, but it didn't take long before there was a big move back in. So all of those things will have an influence on where we go, and it's a big unknown. What I can say right now is that it is a really good time, both for buyers and sellers. The reason it's good for buyers is because you have historical low interest rates, which have been driven down because of the pandemic as well, to keep the economy going. So that gives buyers the opportunity to buy in at really low rates. As interest rates come down 1%, a buyer can afford 7% more house. So there's a real incentive to take advantage of those low interest rates right now. And likely they're going to stay low, but you just don't know. I mean, if the pressure on the market from the buy side continues and prices start to rise, then interest rates could be risen to cool that off. But again, we don't know what we don't know, but we do know what we do know, and we do know now is a great environment to buy into. Also, if prices continue to go up, then you're also locking in a low interest rate and a lower price. On the sell side, same kind of thing. We don't know what we don't know. So how will the election influence the selling side of the market? How will, as the pandemic adjust to whatever happens in the future, how will that impact the market? What we do know is that right now there's a good pool of buyers. We can sell our clients' homes quickly. We can get them good prices. And so if I was a seller, I'd be looking to take advantage of that. And there is likely going to be a recession coming at some point. The big question is when, right? I think it was coming even before. Maybe COVID is just pushing it a little bit further into the future based on all of the government stimulus. But at some point, it is likely that we will see a recession. And if we do, then people are going to stop spending. And one of the things they stop spending on are houses, and then it's going to reduce the number of sales and is going to slow the market down.
So
we had a time horizon of, let's say, sell now or sell 2-4 years from now. I think there's a lot less risk selling now than we, and that's it.
So long story short, The market conditions are good now, and for either side, a buyer or a seller, the recommendation is to act now.
Yeah, I mean, you don't always get into that position. A lot of times you have markets where, hey, it's good for one side, not good for the other side. At the moment, it's really good for both sides. There's benefits to buyers, there's benefits to sellers, and we don't know how long those benefits are going to last. So if I was looking to buy, I think sooner rather than later. If I was looking to sell, sooner rather than later. Until next month, when we'll have a new set of data and we'll see where that brings us.
Exactly. As always, Doug, it's a pleasure. And we will be seeing everybody in another 2 weeks with the Tucker Team Market Update.
All good. Thanks, Nick.